Hey guys, this is Troy with stayonthecourt.com. We are here to review. It was practice number 9 for our 5th grade boys basketball season, and I'm doing a little combo platter here. We're going to do the review of um, practice 9, and then also take a look at the tournament that we played right after that practice. So the reason I want to do that is they are related a little bit. I made a coaching practice decision that did not pan out in our favor in that tournament. So I'll go over that. So just to review what we were looking at for practice 9, it was the first practice I had all 11 kids there, which was very nice. So we started out with, I just had them kind of warming up, and I had them kind of going full court, pitching the ball up to themselves, doing a jump step and catch, and just doing that down the court. Then when they got about 3/4 down the court, I had them, just going for a simple layup. We did jump stop layups or power layups, and then just regular layups off the dribble. And I'm not going to say that was a particular fun drill for them, but I really wanted to get them. We have some trouble just catching the ball, and I just want to get them used to catching the ball and making a jump stop. So we did that to warm up. Then I talked a lot about, what a good progression looked like as far as transition, which built into our next drill, which was something called the Gatton's drill. It's something I think I got from my Coach Mac course on coaching. It's one of the drills there. So, it's essentially you get your 5 players and you get them going in a circle around the basket, or you could get them, going the full circumference of the 3-point line, but getting them in motion. And then we just want them, I shoot the ball or bounce it off the backboard. Whoever gets it, it's a rebound, it's an outlet pass to a wing, and then we want them to pass it ahead to someone and then get into the offense. And we just had them do two or three passing cuts before they took the shot. So we did that for a little while, and I'm really trying to get them to understand the pattern. And I actually made a reference to my 1-year coaching YMCA soccer. Coach Rory, I think the guy's name was, had a thing called building from the back, which is in soccer when goalie gets the ball, pitches it out, and they kind of start their attack. What does that look like, and where do you need to be? So I want them to understand that pattern. So I've been drilling that quite a bit. So that Gatton's drill did that. Again, if you want these drills, certainly let me know at troy.wallace@stayonthecourt.com, or if you go to stayonthecourt.com, you can sign up for the email address. There's tons of ways to get a hold of me there, and I'm happy to share my list of drills. Okay, from there, we did I'll call it a full court passing drill. And this was another Coach Mac drill, and it was a little bit complicated. So it's a full court passing drill. I talked about it, I think, in the practice 9 prep video. And I would say if I was to cut something else out, so it's really getting people going the full length of the court. And so, I've got people going, if you can see my hands. So we've got people going this way down the court, the basket's here, and people going this way. So it looks a little messy. And I would say for the first 5 minutes, it was just a complete mess. And then the kids started getting it. Now, what I thought was going to confuse them is, we were doing the passing pattern. Again, I can, get you this drill if you're interested. Just email me or contact me through the website at stayonthecourt.com. And, you don't want to bore the kids too much. And so at the end of this, one of the actions was to, pass it back out to one of the other players and let them shoot a 3-point shot. So you've got somebody making a layup, and then you've got somebody shooting a 3. And I would say that was a little bit confusing. So we got it eventually, but it was definitely a little confusing. All right. So we wanted to work on back cutting a little bit. and I ended up designing my own little game where we went 3-on-3. So we ended up, we had 11 kids. So we had 6 kids go to one basket, 5 kids plus a coach go to another basket, split up into 3-on-3. And then what the game was is to encourage open back cuts. Is I told the defenders that they could not enter the lane at all. My intent was to say they couldn't enter the lane until the ball came into the lane. But essentially, I wanted them to be able to back cut, receive the ball and cleanly get the shot. Just practicing the motion of back cutting, getting the ball, and shooting the ball for a layup. So that didn't go very well because the kids are competitive and they don't understand why they can't go in the lane, and that's not fair. So, ultimately, by the end, I think they understood why we were doing it, but I would say that did not go great, and that was kind of a drill that I had made up. All right, so I believe we end up skipping defense altogether. I'm always telling them about getting back on defense, guarding the basket, stopping the ball, but I don't think we spent a whole lot of time on that. So now comes to the big mistake. So we had about 15, 20 minutes left, and I either wanted to introduce a 2-on-1, screen away action. So just a pass, screen away. I wanted to open that up. All we've been doing is just passing and cutting for most of our practices, and I wanted to give them one more option. So we did a 2-on-1 screen away drill, and that actually went pretty well. And I think I talked about potentially showing them this zoom action. We didn't get there, but this is kind of the first step. Is just, some of the kids don't even really know to set a proper screen. So it was the first introduction of a screen, how to set that properly, and that really did go pretty well. So hopefully in our upcoming practices, I'll be able to show them that zoom screen action, and we can build on that. So the issue was the other option for that time slot was to practice our press break again. We had not been pressed a lot in our league, but I just thought we may want to go over it again. We had all 11 kids. I don't think that all of those kids had gone through that, the one practice we did a press break, but the 2-on-1 screen away drills were going so well. They were enjoying it. They were understanding it, that we just kept doing it. We ran out of time. I think we ended up doing a game of knockout at the end. And that came back to bite me because this weekend, and this was the weekend previous to Thanksgiving, and we were going to be off all of Thanksgiving week. We played in a tournament, 3-game tournament. We had 6 teams, so they had us in 2 pools, 3 teams in each pool. So unfortunately, the first game, 9:00 on Saturday morning, the team pressed us almost the entire game. And the first half did not go well at all. The kids were not prepared for that. And I would say after the first half, we got a little bit better. I think just overall, just the ball security in general was a problem. But we went down by like 13 points in the first half, and I think we ended up losing by 13 or 14. Second half was pretty even. But that killed us for sure. So we lost that game. We did win our next 2, and the second game, team that honestly we probably should have beat by 10 or 12, we only beat by about 4 or 5. And then our third game, everything really came together. I've got my daughter recorded the game for me, and was able to cobble that together into a full 38-minute video. And I looked at it, caught the kids, every kid doing something good. And the biggest thing I want to stress to them is passing the ball to open space, passing the ball down the court. And there was tons of examples of where them doing that resulted in great shots, at least open shots, made layups. And, when I'm practicing the next couple of weeks, I want to, stress that those good things they did. There was a ton of bad things as well. And every time we didn't do that or we dribbled in place, bad things happened. But, I want to use that video to accentuate the positives for sure. So that is a review of practice 9, also a little post-mortem on our 3-game tournament this last weekend. We had this week off, and no games over Thanksgiving. So we're getting ready to go back into practice this week, and we will continue building. All right. Thanks for listening. Again, check us out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. The podcast should be released hopefully in January, or it's going to debut in January. And otherwise, visit get on the email list at stayinthecourt.com. All right. We'll talk to y'all later.